Connecting the continent. Network Africa from the BBC.
Network Africa.
Now to my studio friend this morning. She's a Nigerian author who answers to the name Ogo Ogbata. I'm just loving her name, absolutely. And she's recently published her new book, Egg-Larva-Pupa-Woman. And it has received rave reviews here in the UK, Nigeria, and of course in the USA. Once again, good morning to you, Ogo.
Good morning.
I must say though, we have to talk about your book, but that's a beautiful cloth or dress you're wearing. It looks like something Ghanaian, is it?
Well, it's we're one Africa. One people, so one love.
So you borrowed something from across the borders. Now, your book. What's the name for a book? Egg-Larva-Pupa-Woman. Where did that come from?
I know, lots of comments about that title, but the inspiration for the title came when I observed the metamorphosis process that butterflies go through. You see, butterflies are lovely, lovely creatures, and you want to be around them. But the story behind that beauty is something that a lot of us don't even actually think about.
Because they're beautiful creatures when they mature.
Exactly, but they start off slimy, you know.
An ugly cocoon.
Exactly, egg larva. So it just struck me that that's how human beings are, and that's how nations are as well. I've come across a lot of people who are very beautiful, successful, confident, poised. But when you dig deep, you find out those people were not always that beautiful, always that poised, always that successful. They've evolved.
Had very humble, modest beginnings. And this book of yours is built around the central character in Nkiru. It is a woman.
Yes.
First of all, what does the name mean? Because it gives us a clue to the substance of the book, doesn't it?
Of course it does. Nkiru is an Igbo name, and it means the future is supreme. Nkiru. The future is supreme. So the name basically says, forget about what's happened in the past. Look to the future. That's where
the end justifies the means, essentially.
Not
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Let's talk about the context of the book. It's about the struggle of the woman in Nkiru.
Yes.
Take us through her struggles.
Okay, thank you very much. The book really is about the evolution of this woman, juxtaposed with the evolution of her country, Nigeria, also a symbol for the African continent and humanity, because Africa obviously is the cradle of civilization. So the story kicks off in the 1950s. This young girl in Nkiru, from a very affluent background, she can pretty much eat what she wants to. She goes to the best school, and she has a sister. And then some tragic circumstances fall on the family, you know. The family goes through hard times. And as a result of that, the responsibility for this young girl in Nkiru falls on an aunt from the village who is not very well to do. This aunt cannot even afford to feed Nkiru and her sister, so Nkiru is separated from her sister, and she starts this journey into the unknown. This is a girl who had everything going for her. Now she ends up as a house help for another relative in Lagos, while her sister lives with somebody else. So she's missing her family. She's not sure what to eat the next day. She's working very hard. So you have the issue of child labor, which is very common to lots of African children out there. But through hard work, determination, you know, just a strong and iron will, Nkiru goes on to become a woman of substance. So you have all of this happening. At the same time, you see Nigeria unfolding like a butterfly. As I said, the story starts off in the 1950s. Then Nigeria is under colonial rule. You have people like Nnamdi Azikiwe campaigning for Nigeria's independence. You have women like Margaret Ekpo campaigning, and all that wonderful stuff going on.
You paint a very positive picture of what life can be for people despite their struggles. But for people back in your country, Nigeria, is it as easy? Is it as simple as that? Just, you know, come for humble beginnings, struggle, and then things turn rosy?
It's never simple and it's never easy, you know, but that is life. If you set your mind to it, if you take action, if you refuse to focus on what's not positive and what's not going well for you, and you focus on that future that is supreme, anything is possible. You can defy the odds. And it's not just...
Can you indeed? What will you say to people in your country again, Ajay, who say, Ogo, you know what? You're just being over optimistic.
No, I'm not. Because, you see, sometimes we Africans, we look at other countries like maybe America and Europe, England and all that, and we think they were always this affluent. No. It's just like the title Egg-Larva-Pupa-Woman. Those countries have gone through an evolution as well. Look at America. It had humble beginnings. Even England, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, was not what it is today.
But we're in a situation where our continent and our individual countries on that continent are going through a vicious cycle, the same struggle year in, year out. And like I keep saying, what you do see is the same storyline, but different characters, playing the same part in the same story. It never seems to change.
It is going to change. I believe that.
When?
It is going to change now in my generation. And that's what this book is about. It's a story of hope. And it says by working together, by communicating, let us forget about the past, African people. We are wonderful people. Let us learn to communicate, forgive one another, love one another, and work together. And the sky is the limit. If we can do that, we can become the butterflies that we are destined to be.
Are your books on the shelf yet?
Very soon it will be in the bookstores. But at the moment, it's being sold on Amazon in the UK and the US.
All right, then Ogo Ogbata will take more questions from me later on the program. It's coming up to 6:50 GMT. And I'm wondering, Ibrahima, did you miss out on those biscuits then? You didn't scramble for any? Tell us the truth, my brother. Ibrahima Sengo's Only in Africa Moments in Banjul. And if you want to send us your contribution, send us an email in 300 words or less. The address is network.africa@bbc.co.uk. And before we fall over, let me just quickly ask Ogo a question from Mohammed Masaleh in Liberia, who says, how can I access your book online?
Okay, you can go to the website elpwoman.com and you can order autographed copies through the website. You can also buy the book on amazon.co.uk or amazon.com.
Ogo, thank you so much for coming on the program, but we are back again in 30 minutes. Thanks for listening. This is Network Africa.